Hey guys, what's going on? Shaquan from SLFX Trading here, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down what I'm looking at for today. So this is going to be my late 15-minute trading day, okay? So I haven't seen anything as far as what I want to get into per the 4-hour time frame. So one of my rules when it comes to trading is I have a time frame that I would like to enter into first, right? So because I'm a swing trader and I find that if I have an ordered flow, it makes trading easier for me versus me trying to get in on any time frame just because price is moving. It just makes the trading setup a lot better and I can trade with the longer term position. So here's my example, right? Let's say the daily time frame. Let's just do a quick example. So this is EURJPY, even though there is a potential trade setup coming here soon, but we'll see how it plays out. I'm gonna break it down for you guys here today. And so just a side note, I have went down in my currency pairs because I just want to focus on just a few currency pairs for the rest of the year, going into the new year, and then next year I may even go down even more in my currency pairs. So my main pairs are going to be Euro USD, Pound JPY, Euro JPY, USD Swiss, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, and then potentially maybe USD CAD. I am really looking to trade low risk currency pairs next year versus the fast currency pairs, and the only fast currency pair that I'll have on my watch list maybe just only Pound JPY, and I'll do a video over why I'm going to do that to keep you guys in the loop, okay? So anyway, here's a really prime example, right? Everything we do is based on trend here. So that's when the market's going up or when the market is going down. Now, as you guys can see, this is the last low that we've had here on EURJPY at 121.612. This low is lower than this low here at 122.379. And as you guys can see, it made a very beautiful spinning bottom, doji confirmation candle that signaled that it could go back up to the upside. So let's say I took a buy on this position. Well, if I wanted to drop down in time frames after that to find another entry, it will be easier to do so because I'm already trading in one particular direction versus just trying to drop down just to find an entry and then the candles look foreign to me. Because if I drop down, that means the lower time frame is already going in the direction that the daily time frame told me it's ready to travel in. So it's just all about bringing your time frame together and then having everything really in a centralized location for you. So that's what I mean there. But let's hop into the analysis, right? So this is EURJPY. I'm going to erase some stuff so we're all on one accord here. Now I'm going to go up to the weekly time frame so you guys can see what it is that I'm looking at. EURJPY, if we take a really good look at it, you guys can see that this pair is actually in an uptrend. So it has a really nice higher high, higher low, higher high situation right here. Now we have yet to come and beat out this higher point here. So right now we are still in retracement phase, although we peaked above that last high on the daily time frame. So there's something that we can do with that information. So I want to know, I just want to make sure that price isn't just retesting this area. I want to make sure that price is actually either going to stay below this lower high to continue back down into possibly 121.140, or if it's going to give us some more bullish push and momentum to the upside. So the way that's going to look is just going to be based on, you know, my trading setup here. And so this is when I have to erase some of my past movement because I see that we do have a new high here. 125.151 is bigger than 125.077. So what I need to see is if I have a really good setup, and that's either going to be to the downside or to the upside. So being a trend trader means that you have to stay up to with the recent movements. So if I get some more bullish information, that I'm just going to sit on my hands and wait for price to start fluctuating, going back up to the upside. Or what I can do is see if it's just going to be a retest here, wait for tomorrow's candle closure, and decide if I want to become the seller back down to the downside. Maybe not all the way to these potential lows, maybe somewhere in here, I would say around 123.171s. We'll just have to see how it goes from there. So this is really good potential going back to the downside. It's really good potential, especially if we stay below. You could say it's a doji here. I think to me it looks like a nice doji candle for today. So I'm not really gonna touch it. I'm not gonna do anything with that, right? I just want to see some more confirmation to what price is getting ready to do, because we still keep hitting around the $125 areas. And so I just want to make sure that this is just, not just a typical retest. So we'll see. I'm going to keep up with it. I'm going to see if price can stay below, and then we see where we go from there. Because even too, looking at the 4-hour time frame, we have another high here going back up to the upside. So it's nothing really significant here. We just have to see how price is going to do here. Okay. But this is just EURJPY. We'll see how it goes. So looks like we could get some more downside potential, but we don't know. We'll wait for tomorrow's candle closure. Now let's go over into Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. I'm really interested in this one for today for a potential buy. So I'm going to explain to you guys why. Number one, this pair here has been making higher highs, higher lows, higher high situation here. And if it continues to stay above, especially this bullish engulfing candle, subjective bullish engulfing candle following this nice rejection candle, we could potentially see some more bullish moves up to the upside. And this is one of the things that I am looking at for this potential currency pair, right? Because it's already come down to test 105.665 range area, and it traded above it. Now it's looking like it's just ranging here right now. So when I drop down to my daily time frame, as you guys can see, we've come back into my zone. It made a nice, beautiful rejection candle. And if this candle holds up to be true, then what I am thinking is that price is going to go back up to the upside, potentially come back to meet these previous highs here. So what I'm going to do is just draw a fib going back to the upside, because if this holds true, it's nice potential trade setups. First trade set up here and get the risk reward out. First trade set up back up to the previous high for 94 pips is a really good potential here. And then second trade going back up to the upside will be for 139 pips. So first trade would be the risk reward would be about 1.83. Second risk reward will be about 2.7. So that's really good. And there is opportunity for more potential trades, especially if price stays above this rejection candle. Now, let's talk about this for a quick second. I take most of my trades from the daily time frame. You may be a person who may not do it. You can take your trade from the 4-hour time frame as long as the information makes sense to you. In no means am I telling anyone here to take a trade based off of my analysis. I prefer you do your own analysis and that you understand the trade that you're going to get into. Not every trade works out. You have to be able to manage your risk in your portfolio, because if a person doesn't show you exactly how they're managing the trade, it's not just about a stop loss. It's not always just about to take profit, but it's how you manage the trade throughout, as long as you're in the trade. Some people can move their trailing stops, some people can move their trades to break even at a certain point. And if you're not in the loop on those, then you're kind of SOS, right? So that's why in no means am I telling you guys to follow me strategically or religiously. I hope you guys can see this on your own, because it has to make sense to you at the end of the day as well too. But this is what I'm seeing as far as there being a potential trade setup. Okay, so that's this part here. Now that's AUD New Zealand dollar. So I'm gonna go ahead and also talk about USD Swiss. Okay, USD Swiss is on my radar heavily this week. Okay, one of the reasons why is because of a beautiful supply area here. All right, so knowing, seeing this, we can see that, due to the elections price drop, it made a new low right here. But now price is coming up to test this beautiful supply area here. Supply just means that we can see that the dollar has been dropping. The dollar has been dropping against the Swiss. There's a bunch of sell-offs, so we're selling the currency, the United States dollar currency. That's the inventory. That's the currency. Like if I had a United States dollar and the Swiss franc in my hand, in both hands, they can be actual physical currency. So which one am I buying? Which one am I selling? I want to keep selling off the dollar against the Swiss until it's time for those to turn around, right? So with that being said, I want to see if we're going to stay below this zone here. Now dropping down below to the daily time frame, you guys can see that, we've made a beautiful spinning top. And if tomorrow's candle closure is bearish, I will be entering into the trade for tomorrow. Once again, like I said from the beginning, it's all about being strategic and being in a particular time frame first, just versus trying to get into a trade on a lower time frame just because I can. So I really want to be strategic. I'm a very conservative trader. Yes, I see the spinning top, but I want to make sure that I can get in at a price that makes sense to me, and tomorrow's candle may be the one. So yeah, very conservative. I just want my confirmation candle. So if that happens, I am going to be trading this back down to the downside here for continued potential sales. This is trend continuation cycle in a downtrend. And then pause for the calls, you guys. Tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am hosting a free virtual class live through Zoom. So if you guys want to come in and watch how I identify trend, if you've been struggling with trend, it seems like every time you get into a trade, it goes the opposite way. You're thinking that price does something different or trends differently on every single time frame, then this class is going to be for you. So I can help show you how price doesn't do anything different on every time frame. It's just your mind that's telling you that. So I want to help you get in line and in tune and in one with your trend. So make sure you click the button down below to register for the class. I'm also having another class this Thursday and next week as well. So if you guys would like to join me, click link down below, register. You'll get the link and the passcode to join us tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and on Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well too. So into it. So first targets here, depending on how price closes, is going to be back to the previous low and then down to my negative 27. So that's it for USD Swiss. Last but not least, it's going to be USD CAD. Now, as you guys can see, I keep quite a clean chart here. You guys see I don't have levels or anything in here. I more than likely still just have zones, and this is just based on supply and demand once again. And it's not overbearing or overburdening my charts with trend lines or anything, because I only use trend line when price does a particular thing that has to do with reversals more so than just trend. Okay, so we're here, and this is the thing about USD CAD that we had to look at. USD CAD just made a new low on the daily time frame. This is a new low. So if this is a new low and price proves it can stay above this rejection candle, I am thinking that potentially we could come back up higher to test around these areas here. I would say between 1.326 and then to the top here around 1.33235. All right, and if that is the case, if we can get a decent retracement here, I am going to be taking price back down to the zero here at 1.29 cents, and then now down to my negative 27 here, around 1.27997. Okay, so this is just potential. This is going to be a long-term trade. If I wanted to counter trend trade this, I can and I could, but I prefer to just make sure that this is my new low before I just say I'll buy on this. I need to see price stay above this candle here. But you guys, other than that, that is what I'm looking at. So I see great potential on Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, great potential on EURJPY, great potential on, well, not Euro USD, haven't talked about that one. Great potential on USD Swiss, and then USD CAD. I just did a video yesterday on pound JPY. Euro USD has potential as well, but we need to see the setup first, and I don't have a particular setup on that one just yet. So you guys, this is what I'm looking at. These are my pairs, and if you have any questions, you guys let me know. Make sure that you guys do register for the event that is happening tonight, and I will see you guys there. Trust me, when you come in, it's a full-fledged 1-hour class, free just for you to get the help that you need on your price charts. You got me for an hour, use the hour. Okay, so I'll see you guys tonight. Make sure that you guys like this video, subscribe if you haven't too, and I'll see you guys on the inside.